Hey team, Dave Spalding, Handgun Combatives. Those of you that have watched my videos know that I have a training company in which I teach the combative application of the pistol. That means when it comes to guns and gear, I'm a pistol guy. And what I thought I'd show you in this video is somewhat of a rare gun. And what we're talking about is an UNERTL Ordnance 1911. Now, I brushed up on the history of this last night, and I think I have it correct, so I'm going to quote it to you. I try to get these things right because I know that there's people out there that just live for the moment that they can correct me. So if I bungle it up, have at it. This gun was given to me when I retired from law enforcement in 2004 by Aaron Davis and Rocky Green, who were running UNERTL Ordnance at that time. Those of you who are military historians know that for many, many years the Marine Corps sniper scope was a 10-power UNERTL optic, and for the most part it was well liked, it was robust, it worked well. But after 9/11, the Marines started putting the word out there that they were looking at a variable power scope, and UNERTL, trying to figure a way to stay alive, decided that they were going to get into the firearm business. Now, if I remember correctly, and again, I could be wrong, the Marines ended up going with a Schmidt and Bender, but the UNERTL is no longer in service as an official issue. I'm sure there's still some out there floating around. The word was that the Marines were going to be putting out a quote for a 1911 pistol for their MUSOC teams. And while that never came to fruition at that time, it did later come to fruition in the MARSOC with the Colt CQB pistol. Now, if you take a look at the UNERTL and you know what the Colt looks like, these guns are almost identical. The only feature that I changed on this gun is I got rid of the Novak-like sights that UNERTL used on their guns, and I replaced them with Heine's because, quite frankly, I think Heine sights are the best 1911 sight made, bar none. So I prefer to use Heine's. Richard Heine was a good enough sport that he fit a set of his sights to this gun for me, even though he really didn't make any for the UNERTL, because I think there were only a couple of thousand of these made before the word came down that there was going to be no Marine contract, and they kind of faded away. UNERTL still exists, but mostly for warranty, repair services, and things like that on the products that they've already manufactured. Let's take a real quick look at this gun. It's a full-size 1911. As you can see, it's a two-tone. It's got kind of an OD green bottom. It's got a black upper. I was told that the reason for that was once you got it in your hands, the black would be the part of the gun that would stand out the most, and that would be a reduced light type situation. Of course, the military likes the OD, so they had that feature in there as well. It's got a skeletonized hammer. It's got a beaver tail grip safety with the memory hump. So if you get the hand in a less than stellar grip, you're still depressing that grip safety. It's got a checkered flat mainspring housing. It's got a very reduced profile magazine well, so you can get the gun in there. The lanyard loop. It's got a tall magazine button, so you could get it with gloved hands. It's got a very, very nice 4-pound trigger. This may be the single best trigger I have ever felt on a 1911. It breaks just nice and clean. There's no creep. It's literally like that brass rod. If Jeff Cooper was still alive, he would really like this trigger. Of course, it's got the Picatinny type rail on the dust cover for lights and lasers. It's got forward cocking serrations. People get all bent out of forward cocking serrations. I like them. I like to be able to reach up there and pull back. If you don't like them, just don't use them, because there's a rear set also. Got an ambidextrous thumb safety, and it's got a set of OD green ergo grips, which I happen to kind of like. It's kind of a pebbled finish. I can grab a hold of them. Front strap checkering, though I'm not a big fan of checkering. I like this stippling, or whatever the case may be. Those of you that know, checkering's a point. So it basically sticks your hand. The thing about this pebble grain or stippling is it allows the skin on your hand to fill the void versus being stabbed. So I prefer this, but then again, that's up to you. It's a super duper gun. The serial number on it, as you can see, is UNERTL Ordnance Company 0045, which was my badge or unit number the year that I retired. So this was a retirement gift from two really, really good friends. This is one of those guns that I don't care how much you offer me, I couldn't sell it. You cannot put a price on something that was that thoughtful at the time I retired. This gun will probably be buried with me because I just don't trust my son or my son-in-law with it. They'd go out and like shoot it all to pieces, and I just hate to see that happen. So just a quick look at a little piece of history, the UNERTL Ordnance 1911. And one more thing I want to show you here. Pull this out. I've got a set, if you can see the top of the floor of the followers, of DeVel magazines, D-E-V-E-L. Some of you older guys are going to remember DeVel as one of those companies that cut down Model 39s and 1911s, trying to make them more compact. It was run by a fellow named Charlie Kelsey out of Cleveland, Ohio. DeVel stuff is very, very rare right now, and I still have several of their magazines, and I run them in the UNERTL because, quite frankly, all these years later, they're still flawless. They work absolutely perfect, which gives you an idea of what DeVel was like so far in the past. It was really well ahead of its time. So there it is, the UNERTL Ordnance MUSOC 1911. If you can find one of those, latch onto it, though. It's probably going to be really expensive.